Financial literacy. Among the seven skills that I need listed, one of them is financial education, which is respect and accountability about the money. And what I found is a lot of young adults or people does not have a lot of financial education, especially in budgeting and how to manage their wealth well while preparing for the future. Quick research just shows financial literacy is the knowledge of how to make smart decisions with money. This includes preparing a budget, knowing how to save, deciding favorable loan terms, understanding impact of to credit, and distinguishing difference between vehicle and for retirement. So that's just that on the box. How does that affect your personal life and your relationship? So one of the things you want to do is when you read the word of the Lord, you see in Proverbs 18, he said, Proverbs 18 verse 15, he said, the mind of the prudent always acquire knowledge, and the ear of the wise always seek knowledge. Who are the prudent? Prudence just simply means acting with or showing care and thought for the future. So someone that is future oriented. So if you're going to be in a relationship with anybody, always remember what is their perspective on future plan. It's very important that someone has a future mindset because in everything you do, this is Proverbs 4, verse 7. Verse 7, the beginning of wisdom is get skills and godly wisdom. It is preeminent. And with all you acquired in everything you get understanding. Understanding is actively seek spiritual discernment, mature comprehension, and logical interpretation. It's very important that you constantly have these skills. And that is why when we talked about teachable person, male, females, you have to develop an attitude of learning, observing, listening, and asking for help when it's needed. You want to know your spouse, help you see the gap that you did not see, the mistake, the trap of the enemies, the things that you should avoid, the things that can easily destroy the livelihood that you are trying to create. And that is where we will go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12, which is said, chapter 7, verse 12. For wisdom is a protection, even as money is a protection. So, wisdom and money is a protection. They can get you protection. You have to understand when the livelihood you provide, that you give, that you can achieve or acquire, can give you some set of protection based on the lifestyle you have. But the excellent advantage of knowledge, this is now wisdom, is that wisdom shield and preserve the life of its possessor. So that is why when you, in everything you do, you have to get wisdom, knowledge, understanding. It helps you protect your life because it will guide you in the way you should go and how to live a life that is not and that will not bring disaster. That will come back to financial because we're talking about financial education here. Financial accountability. Financial accountability results from holding an individual accountable for effectively performing a financial activities, such as a key control protocol within a financial transaction process. You may be thinking, what did I have? What does this have to do in a relationship? Think of you as a person You try your best, you work two jobs. When I was in nursing school, I have two jobs. As I said, I'm a registered nurse. I have two jobs. And while still in nursing school, it was a lot. I'm not going to lie. My apartment, I barely sleep on it. But my goal is to get graduate with low to a zero student loan. Glory be to God. God help me achieve that. And why when I started working as a registered nurse, I found a lot of my colleagues, some, a lot, with over 70,000 student loan. That alone is mind-boggling for me. Not to shame or anything. Think of it, you have 70. I've seen someone that have over 150 and another person have the same amount. By the time you join as a union, you starting your marital life with a student loan over 200. I've seen my reunion of over 200, 300, and all that stuff. Not to say it's not doable to pay all those loans back, but it's kind of scary and it can bring financial strain. It can bring hardship. It can bring difficulty. It can bring like tension. So many different things can happen based on that alone. So that is one of the reasons why you want to be financially accountable, respectful. Like you bring all these issues up front. You think about the future when you are making decisions. I'm not saying don't take vacation. I'm not saying don't go to the party you want to go through. Don't buy the stuff you want to buy. But think of tomorrow. Think about if is this going to be a liability, cripple my advantage or my situation in or my it's going to be a is it's going to be a disadvantage to me in my relationship of forward because I personally I do not want to be in a relationship with a partner. I'm married. I'm just saying when I was in before I get married, this is one of the things I talk to God about. I don't feel comfortable to have my significant other have 100,000 in student loan. Once we get married, that loan is not ours. It's a issue, it's a concern for me. And as a man, as a woman, you want to think about how all this is going to affect your relationship. So for people that are still in like a young adult, for all the young adults out there, please think carefully, especially when you're about to take that student loan or when you're going to take a degree. If you're going to be a pharmacist, a doctor, a registered nurse, and all that stuff, that's a bit different. But if you make pick a major that the cost and return does not match, sorry, it's going to affect your relationship very much. And this is another thing that I normally find when you talk about this, about relationship. Financial inequalities is one of the most common cause of tension and complex issues that arise from it can strain a partnership. Sometimes it creates imbalance in power. This is one thing I don't think it creates a balance in power. Oh, actually, it does. I'm not going to say it does not create, but it creates an issues that should not be created. Where one partner make now look at the world, it make most of the financial decision without consenting their significant others. This is not a good thing because when one partner is making all the financial decision, I think there is a show on Netflix about that, where one partner make all the money and he or she just decide to make a financial decision and he neglect the input of the significant others or make them feel less than or make them feel like they are just a bad person in total. They cannot be trusted with money. Now, our spending habit may be different and the way we see situation may also be different. However, decision in a relationship, in a union should be one. You should talk about even the lowest stupid purchase. So that's about that. I've seen situations of someone want to go to a concert, take a lump amount of money over a concert where they're supposed to buy a lifetime purchase like a house, a car, or something. So many different things, although you see it differently, if you are not on the same page on financial department, I don't think you'll be on the same page in other aspects of your life, especially if financial reason or financial issue is very important to you. You also want to think about it from the perspective that a lot of times finances put a lot of pressure on the breadwinner. Especially a lot of female will say to me, they have the vision to be a stay-at-home wife. And I'm like, will you be okay for that? But a lot of time finances make it difficult to achieve their dream. And not to say they're greedy or this or that, but the lifestyle that you desire does not match your spending habit. So that brings me to this. First Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money, that is the greedy desire for it, and the willingness to gain it unethically. So you want to do whatever it takes to get the money. So that there's so many different stuff you can do nowadays to acquire the money. But in the process of doing that, you lost the respect, you lost your dignity, you lost so many things that money cannot get you. So you want to make sure you work ethically and you allow God to bless the work of your hand. Is the root verse 10 again, for the love of money, that means the greedy desire for it and unwillingness to gain it unethically, is the root of all sorts of evil. Some by longing for it and wandering away from the faith and piercing themselves through and through with many sorrow. It said it right there. You know how many wealthy people that are going through emotional problem. Money won't get you peace. Money won't get you contentment. Money won't get you like the spirit of joy. And God is the one that give you the ability to gain wealth. And sometimes you will go through different issues because God bless you with those money. You want those money to be used right. You want you to consult Him as well about the way you spend your money. Don't just spend money on something you like or you want while your neighbor are suffering. Be good stewards. So, in the relationship department, please and please and please, whoever is, uh, please work together as a unit, work together as one to achieve your goals and desire. And if while you're single, while currently now that you're doing a self-evaluation, evaluate your lifestyle, your livelihood, your spending habit, your budget, and all that stuff, so that those things do not become a blocking stone, an hindrance in your step for relationship. Thank you and have a wonderful day.